ama obibia akwaba ewo City Media TV so me amete here your friend me Beyebenwo and then ye baba talking about EU settlement scheme and appendix FM ya bomodin na ye lawyer kese your friend and lawyer Thomas abeka yensa a obecheche ye nyomem amaye ti lawyer Thomas ye ma akwaba
yo ye joso echia atifu so omuso treasury
inti yensem repi no yes so betimi a che Zambrano nos emua yesi bibi de Zambrano yenti ase ti se betimi a che mo so because Zambrano na che se ase che se
yes medawase Zambrano no eche se obia oye primary care of a British child na EU mramuni ya kan akola from 1 to 20 age of listen to 21 Zambrano no have been there for a long time because it's enshrined in EU law, but the TN say Zambrano na for your application na your mom 5 years, but it does not lead to indefinite leave to remain or settlement. Now, we introducing EU settlement scheme no, since May 2019 no, go for a to me application na omunya indefinite leave to remain under the settlement scheme. But not difficulties or say or more excuse to say or more no or more existing leave fence appendix FM no so no. More be a 5-year route to indefinite or 10-year route to indefinite. Not your mom quite Emma or more NS application. Now, Nanti Amadi did the Abahona say, will be the assembly now. Alcohol court Emma address so much to me application.
Okay, so how can I apply for Zambrano? May then I may apply.
Yes, sir. Open say, or apply for Zambrano now. Say, who shows a primary care of Akolana or a British, which means say there are slight difficulties there. For example, if say two families no at the time back come say mother and father na no say back country different place because in the end the case of Zambrano rests on the primary care no. Say perform apply, then we have to decide decide who will be a primary carer and who is not the primary carer.
Is there any advantages and disadvantages who apply for Zambrano?
Yes.
Is there advantage?
Yes. Speaking from the position of current law, which is Marana Aban, based on the case of Sangano, the TN says there are numerous advantages now available to go for now or more person Zambrano because one, so we application under the appendix FM, the existing rules now, not just say existing rules, obituary application fee. Application fee, currently almost 2,006. What the NHS charge an application fee a combine. Into what 10-year route obituary and bear 4 times. Was Zambrano way application will be our banner more than 5 years. We are indefinitely to remain straight away. Into anonymous not just advantage in terms of the cost. Secondly, no 10-year route, what they compare Zambrano na omumpo omunya pre-settled status straight away after 5 years a boom back which may apply for indefinite leave to remain. And now about disadvantages case we now establishes CCR case is all about the fact say EU settlement scheme go for it to meet a application under the Zambrano route but the TNS said Home Office decision court decision by Home Office in to me and find guidance in my which means we application now any 100% guarantee say it be a basis of because home office I declare my intentions on their appeal sad decision. And there is a bit of uncertainty that's a disadvantage. Another disadvantage, sense or more a man in 5 years no more to mean indefinitely to remain. There are slight restrictions in terms of benefit on between a claim, some more pre-settled status under Zambrano now, whilst compared to other ones, even though almost any benefit, now more I'm saying to me apply to remove the no recourse public fund. It is not available under the Zambrano for those who are under the 5-year route indefinitely. And those are the disadvantages.
Is there a deadline for Zambrano? Deadline?
Yes. Deadline. I want to say, a cobase and you be a case not say from the 17th of June. 6 weeks from sad date, encourage parents say, on applications. Now, the other problem is also say, EU settlement scheme, Nanka say ended 30th of June, but your office where you receive email on the 28th of June, say, I advise your clients and say, the deadline is 30th of June, but to my surprise, I don't play my applications will be under settlement scheme now. Say now is open. We are yet to receive any guidance, but the deadline is not a law. It was just a guidance. But if to summarize now, we have 6 weeks from the 17th of June to make the Zambrano applications based on court decision, but it's not based on Home Office guidance. And as almost to me before 30th of June under the settlement scheme.
Okay, yeah, that's a so what me church is Zambrano. About Mubiakoyani. Matis and go for a appendix FM. Appendix there. Some can say you stand can say yare appendicitis. Now with the modern appendix FM, my back on we I just know so and say. So bit near church you want you cannot say Yatiasi.
Yes, but the other say appendix FM. In the past, now applications were made under Human Rights Article 8, which is right to family life and private life. But since 2012, if I remember correctly, July, or more, all those human rights which is articulated private life applications ever share the immigration rules and more friend of Appendix FM. In fact, Appendix FM is all about say over route for making application for partners, spouse, akola, child under 18, or parents or grandparents, and also be a what na pay 20 years. So we na form of Appendix FM.
It is me 2.5 years visa e will crum her. Beat me edeme by Frigana Abahana.
Yes, a manager says assuming say or British child na say ya ma 2.5 akola na okuta na ononso onibi no ononso to me apply for the fact that and have sibling and what now so the young crata and to almost am the entitled to work what they call limited leave to enter, but obviously they say would you be bahasia and say we should say back when out and bano abaya desua, which means say we are juma which me akolano and our dine so akolano so back which me atna I am quite abaya desua.
As I will indefinite leave to remain as well, and also may then I made me baba.
Indefinite leave to remain, or not just say akolano is entitled to what they call indefinite leave to enter as long as akolano is under 18 years. But difficulties that are not very prevalent. Common for a DFN sole responsibility. In fact, apart from other requirements, sole responsibility is a very common grounds. Home Office for a refusal. The entire refusal say a cobase, for example, akolano or the national mamma they expect to say 1 hour send akolano sika. akola no na ne kasa akola no na didi mu ne hospital kom sa nyama ni na wona o control enti no se ko ba se me fa se wo ha na akola no te wo yere nchen e wo Ghana na je se woni oba no e share responsibility no na se woni oba no share responsibility na ana se akola no te ne papa nchen e se mo share responsibility no enti no sa no e ya na omo people more refuse the application under the sole responsibility grounds. That's one of the difficulties that parents are facing. But we are if you want a bit more about say there is a compelling what they call compelling circumstance. Fancy be a colano, be a papa no or few, and I say baby or tenor, and yet and I say be a BBSCHS a colano life no why at risk or vulnerable. And no say no. Home Office or Abano have a duty to protect the welfare of Akolabia, to which means so and so it knows what the number. Apart from say that, and so we should say, oh, Taya, Colan Babet, we are Juman so a bit mention, and we are buying at the sweat.
I say, me crew, and I say, me your organ and so I'm a person in the back room, so I dare requirements, and then also, as I say, me meetings and a meeting and made in number.
Yes, we are sure say. Most of us are already familiar with all these things, which is there are certain requirements like suitability, relationship requirement, financial requirement. Normally, financial requirements, I am more expected to say, Obana na bema na ukako fani pa kona ba no ye adwuma na o ene about 18,600 a year cross enye we announce our savings more than 16,000 and also we are self-employed and also we are juma. Intino say utumi emiti financial requirement na obviously by kono balance so they for the cost suitability so need criminal offense conviction be an visa, but more importantly or more what they also call relationship requirement but kono wa no and yet just so I am na and also most and more expected so no communicate intino ya na communication so no there
so be there who say mo communicate
e bia me fa na say bia mo communicate through Facebook and answer via email and via WhatsApp mo chat on be expected say bia be pretty be at the account but more importantly no nkofo bi na ya na mo your phone calls and you'll be able to me type English. Intino se kobana sana the running mono extra say phone card kwa na auto na the friend now to me ebo no now to me prove say phone cards we and now the friend na emre mono bit me the kina so approve evidence apart from the market canina.
Okay, na say me person ma for me mami and say me papa so ba house and also e dey na me.
Yes, one the first thing is say o papa na o mama no or a certain age which is pension age no and secondly no say o show say for example ono kwa not when you married because on o papa na to no ma worry and I can say he's okay with and secondly say o show say one na ocean in fact there it's been there for a long time say o mama kwa not e wo Ghana na say anyi bia nyame mpaguni kuno akababi ono kwa note na busanfo ni wona mo hwe na mrama ho kwan say ubetumi head na number
okay na say matina kroma for a very long time na say meet me apply for visa ama my boyfriend aware me say meti ha illegal ya meti ha mini nkrata na meti ha matina mfie bebre meti me apply for visa ama my boyfriend and I say my girlfriend aware me.
Yes, your fiancé visa or no, but normally no say open say where will come has here say mfaso bi person pa no be ware fiancé visa na ye no so no but so person where will come has here and prepi no ya na emra bia no say we should so krata and sana what me aware Obama notice no should proof of address and the proof of identity. But they are not difficult in say. So warrior, a more expert to say we meet visa requirements. It will be an application wontumi enye wo kurom ase ibeki se wokɔ na wokɔ yɛ application na wasan awuro because of visa requirements but ɔyɛ ne deɛ mmara bi ama kwan sɛ wonni nkrataa no kyɛ sɛ wontumi nware obi wo kurom ase.
Okay, sɛ mewɔ ɛba nso wɔ kurom ha na mepɛ sɛ me apply for a stay as a parent no, what do I do? Ma wo wɔ kurom ha mewɔ ba as a parent and I mother or father na dey necessary me.
Yes, sɛ wawo na sɛ mefa ne sɛ ebi wɔ hɔ a ɔwoyɛ no na akwadaa ne papa ɛwɔ indefinitely to remain anaa wɔyɛ British and also akwadaa no bɛyɛ automatic British nti right from start date na akwadaa no yɛawo na wɔyɛ British na wotumi approve so wɔyɛ saa no maame no anaa papa no bɛtumi ɛde agyina so ɛde agreement nkrataa ɛna sɛ akwadaa no parents no obiara nni bi a ɛno sa no unfortunately no sɛdeɛ na bɛka about Pentecost FM no ɛsɛ akwadaa no watena 7 years na 7 years ɛkɔ na akwadaa no bɛtumi ayɛ application na ɛde na ato 10-year route no so anaa sɛ papa no anaa maame no ɔno nso bɛtumi apply na ɔno nso anya saa 2.5 no na ɛde ɔno nso ato saa 10-year route no so to indefinitely to remain. Nti wo akwadaa na depending on akwadaa ne status so ɔyɛ British anaa sɛ akwadaa no ɔnni nkrataa no ɛno na bɛdepende how when na time a wobɛtumi ayɛ wɔ application.
As my application is successful, ebedi how long ɛna ɛbɛma me afebɔ and I say indefinite leave sɛ mede bɛtena kurom ha.
Okay, so for example, say akwadaa no yɛ British na sɛ ɔyɛ first application na mpere pii no ɔmɔdɔ bɛto 10-year route no so but wobɛtumi aswitch immediately after getting the first leave to what you call 5-year route. But I don't know, I say we meet certain requirement. For example, I say we should say English language, why A1 test, which is speaking and listening, a very basic English. And I say we should say some to be our year, and pre-P, go for more, or more per 5 years route, to indefinitely to remain. But na ekobase omono se wunya ekase bia wo wa nkiri na yenyi no recourse to public fund no enfiwa yiswa omo betu put back to 10-year route enti no wo 5-year route to indefinitely to remain and as a 10-year route to indefinitely to remain depending on the way our application and the requirements are obviously meeting.
Okay, na se mitikroma mrakwan so ese mitikroma illegally. How long na meeting atna ha ye bema me kwan say me so beje indefinite leave to remain?
Yes, the chair say said an American since 2012 na Pentecost FM almost say wotna kuma is under private life route so what so we illegal 20 years. Now 20 years and now with me I application for the 10-year route to remain. Now a very significant say may give it this advice, and I've given this advice in the past and people have said that oh you're not great. Now in the past say a kobase we application for 20 years or more than 20 years now. Yeah, na omope evidence say what now 20 years. Na yeah na sa evidence no kofo bebre almost struggle. Obo ha give kwa no eyobi din na ode eko. Adwuma obi pay na ode chro. Enti no ekoba say what now 20 only evidence pia. But the good news for sa kofo we na say based on authority and the law no say sempo obi niama na ode ye adwuma ana say na obi di na ode register for GPA. In the past now your application and home office be so they refuse to say a false representation. But this time as long as what's now 20 years upper tribunal now confirm say even if say keep no con also when na your friend could you remember her say nemo ni di ankasa say no kwaku nti no udi that say me ba confirm me say me ta ba so to me confirm yes as soon as see na oye kwaku ba na see am ni say sa kwa me no de na me gitu me say ba baby at 10 years na bia baby oye utumi nyanya sa evidence
so wadwuma mu kra na so wadwuma manager te wase na so say
or confirm one because it's all about showing say what now 20
now manager so this obeka say na nye within ne kwaku so de yawa yes you know
yes very good question the point in say obviously so what apply will be not say or illegal not just home office to me a fine company no but it's not always about the company say BBT say GP ne or those be or sorry so for me to me confirm say am pass so for me to me confirm pass wa pass so on be this amount of years and those sources of evidence mean now with me until no more or more individual or mudim say or matna have for 20 years no mamo abamu a quite home but over a officer just last week 20 years route to know also part of the human rights application which is happening at FM and to most of them they are also entitled to the same what they call fee exemption. Just last week one of our clients a fee exemption which has been approved by your almost 2,600 I'll be to my application under the 20-year-old own to agree and you know say I want to know my man on so point who lawyer and answer buyer why bit me up why application for fee exemption I'm on a 20-year-old application Bema or 10-year-old to definitive to me in.
So they say no EU application also when is the deadline?
Officially no said the American or more car say deadline here 30th of June.
Yes, I can.
Yes, which is yesterday. But to my surprise, the online EU settlement it means they say that. But more importantly, most of the clients and a team for will be familiar and say, sir, deadline, even if the forms not that's one for now. Even though it was not in law, it was just a guidance. It has brought significant changes. For example, if we have more application pending, or more check on status. And to a more mixed deadline, or EU for all those categories, or Mukuta residence card, no residence card, or my mixes are deadline. Taking care, so more status check now. BBI and show, and the problem is that most of them may lose their housing benefits. Most of them are more human, a bit make you more. Most of them no benefits are universal credit now they are more a bit to me actually and it's a deadline even though it was not enshrined law it was a guidance there are a lot of consequences a bit to me arbitrary from going forward from today.
Okay, this is my application under the EU settlement scheme now. That's a deadline so a chami a day and
I can say deadline no no as I've said no there apart from the facts and obey me say my via I don't know any idea because on the 28th of June personally as a law firm you receive email from home office advise your clients now say they should be able to make the application by 30th of June because that is the deadline. But say no, it means application is still ongoing. But say why your application not deadline not job one. Apart from say me who say online, there are also limited grounds. Previous guidance and suggest near Obama reason and tier 1 to me and all those reasons so we seek proper legal advice say now will to me.
Okay, to me they want to appendix FM so they may boost for every Ghana.
Yes, the tenant said EU for now or my pre-settled status no I say no person me taking me time na me church mu because we question now be say na say it's a one year na so one year we na me person me taking me time na me church mu quite clearly omo aye pre-settled status no I for na ya mo 5 years no ebi wo ho a oba ebi wo ho a okunu now see am ye de omo abeka appendix fm kan na mfan say so ye uni na say oba na say want to have 5 years na unya indefinite oba no bia obeye national for sa passport na kuta so ye Dutch aban be Dutch because want to enje passport okromasi na ekobana sa na chese because we need 5 years and we are indefinite to na work kolano enye British enti no na ekobana sa na me say papa na bia ona na wo na oni krata na opeso kina so oye ne krata ne mu akoye den but see ano omode omo declare say sa nkofo no yina na omo preset status no for assuming says so be no be another person will not see the kono kwano okuta me say German passport na unyanje na British passport sa papa na oyakola na papa no obeti na ya application as if say kumu afo na omo ye parents of British no ya application na that appendix FM na enti say ebia excuse me to say want to me and oba na ware mutumi anyama application na mwanya ba na sakola no I'm no preset status as still na ekwan also which me aye application and I say bia oba okromasi na oye EU child na waye preset status na which me dey na so aye application that happens FM as if said here obi a no so na buy British aye application musa na
okay this say no meet me the biometric card na atwukwan the back the omode me under the EU no and no yet me ombetimi dey atwukwan na.
Yes, specific guidance as of 28th of June from Home Office clearly states those old residence cards will not be valid for travel. However, there were specific exceptions. If you want to mana okuta permanent residence card issued under the old regime no bia okọ Ghana wakoyare wachina was afena bi oba omo no clearly no omo make specific exceptions say omo to me be rule na say na omo to me aye omo application but obi otia say ya wanye no I'm sorry to say why try ebe den ama and I say I didn't see two questions so onye careful but what I want to say is go for brain so I confused. There is a difference between card and scheme now and on the 30th of June by going by the guidance as I've said before in your law card and go why a settlement scheme no man indefinitely leave to remain the card may be able 2024 those sanko for no so once obviously the want to check your status still now be to as long as but so one yes scheme media then it's dangerous. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Thomas, I see the say and waba bechichi. Say ya who the betting ye and the SSA. It is some baby phone lines not to be a bichu so we will be sana. Betting your friend, loyalty, no, I win you are not. Auntie, your patch waiting a phone lines not to my mind. A team for your sermon. Bibi ha obi a on frɛ na sai nkomo na yedi no betimi a cheche mu mai
It's not working. So what is the thing we have been doing?
It's going to YouTube.
It is
Okay.
a tip for beyond phrase. So, is there something else I'll be to Yachi and Mukaka? And I'll be BBC or her. You're trying your mamma or my free baby or I'll bet me. I can't ask them for in commodity and I be a maintaining beside betting at a ball so a chichi Mukaka. You're trying to say will be free.
Yeah, that Ubia says, Omanyamre na Wabekayo. Na yes, discussions here. Said ye kayan, deadline of to Honum, and so for EU settlement scheme. And so, the acquaintance say, apart from that, the other limited grounds are same now conforming to me, Ignacio, had I applications. And to why, for one reason or the other, I want to me and your dear. Try so basic advice. So by acquiring one, a bit to me, abwa. Na, actually, I localize it, was still. Almost on swear, if you are man of my EU citizens and now my preceptive status. People not, my minister made a many preceptive status, because my person better than Kuma say. If you are Colano, I say, Colano. Say, oh, Krumham Kwana, or episodes of which making us had a year application on that day. Appendix FM roots, no, ain't you know? Yes, so say, so be a and you be a one to an application, also, we have more via your office is still open for the help.
It is a tip answer to me, I'm free. In case I show up, a bed in your home. Yeah, telephone number and I will email be I'll be there to drama and not to say will be a show and I will be a pay so be so be beating your contact our office and
yes, your office backing station unit 113 Backing Enterprise Center 50 Cambridge Road Backing IG 11 8FJ Ubiao Oba backing na Oba backing enterprise building your office no law firm the city law solicitors. He just say city lady ajiba bia and almost apart from immigration more when you accident a jumon born so what ya sure baby your friend of personal injury, and also so we are a bob now take compensation amount as long as the accident and your fault. So I call hospital and the case treatment. Now say and you be say I'm the koi, it be a account oba every shame if I can agents, it be a compensation or amount or more you or motive or jumon. I am far quite pass when you are motive or more ja. Free discriminate against you or money idea, bullying and harassment. I am a woman when in can cry, we are a bad advice. So, say you were dinner for quite pass or a well at your compensation amount. Go for a ja, Pompey say, a bushing of 4 or Montana dream. Nasa was jaya there, and yet, but a bad dia, Nasa Copase, say, mucha japadiana idea, and so a family law. No. So the uncle Anna died, you know, master chamber bomb, now divorce proceedings in Swamo. Say, cancer for I know, Yanum Abejo, but not say, or more person, more bano coabdation, and also over child care, and also a bebo, now it doing, near to charge it, woman among. Or more, as friends will be doing more carne, dear, be away to my will be so between Sika could you be one more. And I say, be a why a contract when you are dealing in a commercial dispute and civil litigation, especially Ghana for among to entertainment and ideas or was per bonum or by every video now say open entertainment or media lawyer and also your honor a bit to me aboa.
Yeah, that's the baby. Send a table, I'm saying, be anti young friend. I think say you be in the program no ha nti na wo twe se ne obesan ate yen kan ye dama unyina mase se mo nyamre e de amaye Edamase. Take care.
When you are not on air, the links are working. Then suddenly when you're on air, it just dies out. I don't know what the problem is. I'm thinking maybe update or something. I don't know what.
There is a new software update has been downloaded.
No. That one is there. Yeah, but I really can't tell what the problem is.
I want to YouTube.
Yes, so the only thing we can do is it records on Facebook. So you can play back on Facebook the whole program. Then we'll try and sort out because now we know YouTube is working, everything is working. But the thing
That's for all the fans.
So how many people were on YouTube?
When we started the beginning, about 23 people were on YouTube, and it was rising when we turned the thing went off. Now, before I check right now, only 2 people were there.
They wouldn't. Once
it fails.
They can't be good. Because their attention span is very small.
Very small, yeah.
So if you, that's what I was saying the last time.